You know why they call him fair? Because he's fair and he's gentle. They should be calling him gentle. But I was calling him gentle.
All right, they're telling me to play one more.
Genitals. Yeah. Peace.
It's a red letter day. Thank you.
This is Lahey and Chad.
Lahey and Chad.
Yeah.
Did a car accident when I was 13.
30 years.
30 years.
And you got 30 more.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Party.
Getting white stuff.
Yeah, I'm in the video. Did software engineering for a while, so I could program and technology.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, there's some other guys here who are into it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got this chair that was like 20 miles an hour, so I put the GoPro on. And I film it going down the road and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
So are you up on YouTube or anything?
Yeah. Daily Motion.
Daily Motion.
Yeah, under Vince Kane.
Daily Motion.
Yes, everybody moves daily in emotion.
Write down Daily Motion.
Oh,
Vince
okay.
Kane.
Yes, sir.
What?
Do a search for Vince Kane. Vince Kane.
Vinster.
Yeah, that's my pseudonym.
V-I-N.
V-I-N-S-T-E-R.
Vinster.
Kane. C-A-N-E.
Vinster Kane. Okay, this is Jim Lahey here with Vinster Kane.
Yep.
And
nice to see you.
Vinster has asked me if I do a little interview with him.
Yeah. How long have you been doing acting?
I started when I was about 20 years old. I went to acting school after I flunked out of university, and I found the theater, and that was 45 years ago.
So have you done like mostly theater?
I did that for the first 20 years.
Okay.
Directed, acted. I built my own theater called Pier 1 Theater. It was beautiful.
Wow.
And then I directed for Theatre Canada and taught at university, and I didn't even have a fucking degree.
Right. And I'm also
Yeah. So, in 1980, I started a casting company for movies, and there weren't any in our town. My town's Halifax, just like the Halifax next door.
Okay.
We're near Elizabethville. My wife's named Elizabeth. Yeah. There's so many things about synchronistic things about taking me back to 1960, 1970. Yeah, and then I decided to get into film, but there wasn't any film. But if you build it, they will come. This is 10 years before the movie.
Right.
And I started a casting company, and now we got hundreds of millions of dollars of movies in Halifax. And I get to be in 3 different series. The luckiest actor in the entire universe.
What brings you down to Elizabethville?
Well, there's a young fellow named Jason Crystal's boy, and they're the organizers here. And he got in touch with me several months ago and asked me if I'd come down. And I said, I looked at my book and I said, sure, why not? Because this is the first time I've traveled into the States like this alone. I usually go with the boys, right? We do touring in Seattle and Pittsburgh and State College and all those places in New York City. This is the first time I've ventured down alone, and it's something I'm a little afraid of because America from Canada seems like it's in great chaos right now, with poverty and out of line police forces and everything.
You got a police state up there?
What?
You got a police state up there?
We're trying to. Our prime minister really wants to be like George Bush.
Oh no.
Oh, it's too bad, but the world is kept afraid to keep us all in shackles. We fear, mad cow disease, Lyme disease. We fear invasions from outer space. Now they've got zombies to scare young people. But we fear the crash of the stock market. With good reason. 800 billion bailout for the cocksuckers in Wall Street, and nothing for the homeowners.
Don't get me going.
What you do is you just suppress everybody. You scare the shit out of them. You're going to lose your job if you use your own mind. Don't you? Yeah, you use the party line or you're out in your ass, bud. And so, knowing that makes me a little bit leery about traveling because, if they want to get you, they can get you. But I've been careful in the last couple of years about not being too vitriolic on the web I used to really come onto it. Like I was
Right.
so anti, the war in Iraq, and I was like a '60s peacenik in a way, and I campaigned. I made 10 different commercials before the last federal election to try to support or to try to say don't vote Harper in.
Yeah.
He made it in
Yeah.
because there was only 58% of the people that voted.
Wow.
And when you have a fringe group, like a fringe group that's made up of die-hard conservatives, they have 35%.
Right.
So all they need is to get all of them out and a couple of undecideds, and you got a majority.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's scary because money buys elections, and who do the money people support?
Right.
So you and I agree on everything.
Pretty much so.
Yeah. So
The
what do you
world's
do?
waking up. Exactly. It's so big and it's been in place for so long. It's like all thing I think you can do is just keep talking about it, educate people, and it's a
I
slow
think to be
process.
able to get away on a weekend to something like this, where everything is so laid back.
Right. And it's small and tight.
I mean, if I could get into the vibe, it would do my health a world of good. But I'm just Mr. Why don't you do it this way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Like I get so carried away about. Look at that, my perfect assistant, Jess.
Hi.
Hey, nice to meet you.
I'm warm. My Jeff jacket's just a little bit warm. Oh, did you see? We need
So,
to.
Vinster, do you have any more questions?
Thank you very much.
No, not this time. That's been great.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you,
Nice to get to know you better.
and good luck with all of your projects.
All right.